Welcome back to TKO Takes, and it's officially Selection Sunday Eve, and I just want to quickly say thank you for the tremendous support on these videos. I'm very grateful for the success these videos have been getting, so I just want to take a quick second to thank y'all. Appreciate it. But today we're going to be in Peaches and Creamville and talk about the top 5 Cinderella teams heading into March Madness 2026, the projected double-digit seeded teams that could pull off tremendous upsets this year. So let's kick things off with an honorable mention, and it's USF, who could be a really scary potential 12 seed if they win their tournament. The reason is that they're one of the few mid-majors with great shooters, but also a solid front court. Isaiah Nelson nearly grabs 10 boards a game, and he's also a tremendous defender. They also have Wes Ennis and Joseph Pinion, who are awesome shooters and scorers, so for a mid-major, they have a really solid starting lineup. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of depth, but if their stars are on in the round of 64, they might make a second weekend or even further, so look out for the Bulls. And the final honorable mention I want to give props to is Miami of Ohio. The only reason they're an honorable mention is because I still have no idea what the committee will do with this team now that they've officially lost the game and didn't win their conference tournament. So just in case the committee does them dirty and leaves them out, they'll be an honorable mention for me. But this team gives me more stress than any team I've ever watched because every game is close and they cannot play defense. Their offense has to be so good, and usually it is, but sometimes it's not, and the games get incredibly tight, and it finally backfired on them against UMass, who packed the paint against them, which is the biggest weakness of this Miami team. But if they do make the tournament, they will always be dangerous because they know how to win in crunch time, and they have so many good offensive players. I mean, Peter Suter, Brent Byers, Ian Elmer, Luke Skaljak, and Almer Atlason are all incredible three-point shooters and scorers in general. So if they face a team like Purdue in the first round, it would be insanely entertaining, and I think close, because Purdue can't guard a three, and Miami can't guard the paint, especially against a guy like Trey Kaufman-Renn. So that matchup would be absolute cinema, and if they do make the tournament, they'll probably be the most popular upset pick, but personally, I don't really trust them, so now let's get to some teams that I actually do think have a legitimate shot to bust some brackets. The first team in the top 5 I want to discuss is Northern Iowa, who as a 6th seed went on a run and won their conference tournament, which no one really expected. And this is the first time Northern Iowa has been in a tournament since 2016, and we all remember the last time.
Last chance for the Panthers, and he said he wouldn't take a timeout in this situation. Jesperson, how could he for the win?
But 10 years later, what does this 2026 Northern Iowa Panthers team bring to the table? They are led by Trey Campbell, who is a solid scoring guard and also gets nearly 2 steals per game. Leon Bond is a solid finisher at the rim and brings tremendous athleticism to the squad. And Will Hornseth and Ben Schwagler are 2 very solid stretch forwards. And what I also like about this team is that they have a solid defensive foundation with great 3-point defense. But my biggest concern with this team is that they don't rebound well, so they could get outmuscled inside. But if they can guard the 3, be at least serviceable inside, and make their own threes, this team could definitely upset some mid-5 seeds. And moving on to the 4th best potential Cinderella team coming into March Madness 2026 is another group of Panthers. This time, the High Point Panthers, who dominated the Big South, and this team is fun to watch on both sides of the ball. They take really good care of the ball while also forcing a lot of turnovers themselves. They're led by Terry Anderson and Rob Martin, who are really solid defensive guards who get their points inside the arc, but they also have guys who can space the floor for those guards like Cameron Fletcher, Jose Aquino, and also Scotty Washington. So this is a really balanced team that, in my opinion, if they can stay steady in a tight first round matchup, they can maybe pull off a huge upset. And coming in at number 3, this one's going to belong to McNeese State. And this is the best team in the country at forcing turnovers. It's a solid defensive team overall. But the weird part is that this team is very small. Unlike Miami of Ohio, they make their lack of size into an actual strength for them. And at school, we've all played against one of those really short guys. And no matter what move you hit them with, they always steal the ball from you because they have such a low center of gravity. And that's basically what this team is full of. They're led by a trio of guards, Larry Johnson, Tyshawn Archie, and Javon Garcia, who all average 12 points or more, so they can also score the ball when needed. And like I said, the one concern is size, so they could struggle against a team like Clemson with Godfrey in the paint. But given the right matchup, this team could pull off yet another upset in back-to-back March Madness tournaments. And coming in at number 2, we have Santa Clara, who are likely getting an auto bid as the rare third team coming out of the West Coast Conference. And this is actually a really solid team. They're carried by Christian Hammond, Elijah Mahi, and Alan Graves. Hammond is a very good shot maker, and he will be the guy taking their game-winning shots, while Mahi and their center Aboye do the dirty work inside. And then Alan Graves is a nice all-around forward who can shoot and get to the rim as well. They also have a few guys off the bench like Ensminger and Sasha who can knock down open threes. And just like most of the Cinderella teams this year, they don't have the best big men, and Graham Ike went off against this team every time they played. But given the right matchup, and it comes down to the guard play, Santa Clara has a real shot, so definitely look out for the Santa Clara team. But the team I believe is the best potential Cinderella team in March Madness 2026 is the Troy Trojans. Man, I really like this team, and here's why. They slow the game down, guard a three exceptionally well, and are a great offensive rebounding group. But this team also has options. They got twin brothers Cooper and Kobe Campbell, who are absolute great three-point shooters, and unlike literally every other team on this list, this team has size and really solid big men. Thomas Dowd is a really crafty scorer inside, and then Jarrell Bellamy can rebound and block shots for Troy. And they also have Victor Valdez, who is basically a point forward who can score inside, play make, and grab boards. So this team is surprisingly deep, and in my eyes, is the definite Cinderella to look out for in March Madness 2026. So look out for the Troy Trojans, and always wear protection. This advertisement is paid for and brought to you by Tikio Takes. But make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I can't believe it. Selection Sunday is tomorrow, and I'm absolutely stoked. So stay tuned for my official March Madness bracket, where I'll put my money to where my mouth has been with these videos. And once again, thank you guys for the support, and God bless you all.